The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepareth a table before right in the presence of our enemy them. Unu anointed I head with unu oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy, I go follow I all the days of I even. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah. Kadama we groma beya tela e, where 2 centuries meet in the name of the Most High God, Jaja. And that's so Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. Same way, if Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it, and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. Ow, mauso bolisa. I don't know what to. A sick player for. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High God shall therein abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Oh, when it was said that we should go into the house of the Lord, how happy I man was. And I give thanks and I says unto that name. That name that is greater than every other name. That name that never let man down. All friends and all enemies could let you down, but the name of the Most High Jah will never ever let you down. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different shapes, sizes, colors, aromas, flavors, and even taste. Set aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot where they are subjected to some amount of heating. They produce food in the aftermath. Ironically, they do not partake in the eating of the food. It is us, the eaters, who do. And yet every time, the ingredients and the black pot will rise to the occasion, producing food by their collaboration. My brother, my sister, this is a lesson of selflessness. It's a lesson of generational thinking. How many of us, knowing that it's left with just 1 year for us to die, by our doctors' proclamations, yes, by our doctors' proclamations, my brother, my sister, will still go ahead to plant a tree that will take 30 years to mature? We would rather be looking for pepper, onion, and even tomato to plant so that we would eat before we die. We are not generational thinkers. We are not people who are selfless. We don't care about sacrifice. A nation that does not sacrifice, a nation that has no respect for sacrifice, cannot be called a nation. It's a void, an empty box. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power, and want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Yes, in advance, and a Happy New Year. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. We are live on YouTube, and our YouTube channel is Black Empire Media. We are also live on Facebook, and our Facebook channel is Black Empire Media. Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Oh yes, Black Empire Media. We want to say thank you so much for allowing us into the comfort of your vicinities. We appreciate you and we love you. Some of you at work, we appreciate you. Some of you are at home. Some of you are even driving. Some of you are in public transport and you are watching this show right now. We want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. Now we want to also say that please subscribe to this channel and also hit on the notification bell so that anytime we are on, you'll be the first person to watch us. Another important thing I would like to share with you is this. Please share this broadcast, like it, and send your comments. We will be reading your comments later in the show. In the interim, those of you who want to travel, those of you whose hobbies include traveling, this is a big opportunity for you. First and foremost, where do you want to travel to? Is it Kenya? Is it South Africa? Is it India? Is it Taiwan? Is it Japan? Is it the UK? Is it even Canada? Maybe it's in the United States of America. Prudie Workforce is here. And when we talk Prudie Workforce, we are talking about you traveling in comfort. They will give you your visa. They will get you free air tickets and give you free accommodation as well. All you need is a passport size photograph and the bio page, photocopy of that, of your passport. And then you also need a bank statement. But that bank statement, whether you have money in it or not, is not a problem. All we need is a bank statement. That is all. Now, Prudie Workforce is here. And it is very important for you to note that some of us do not want to travel because we don't have the money. And some of us also think that it is very difficult to do these paperwork before we travel. Yes, but Prudie Workforce will take care of all this. Another good thing is that those of you who want to work whilst you are on vacation, this is the biggest opportunity for you. Oh yes, the biggest opportunity for you. Prudie Workforce will make sure that you get work to do whilst you are on vacation, whilst you are touring. It is very important for us. My brother, my sister, this is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo, and here we speak truth to power. When we return, we have 5 very important stuff for you. Wayo!
One skipper judge.
Blakk Pot, Kukushodomo.
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 This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo, and here we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We love you and we appreciate you. Now, we have 5 very important issues to look at today, and I need you to come along. Come here. Now, the very first story we are looking at today is rolling on the screen. Watch it. It says what? Hey, Mustapha Gbande apologizes for Cutlass election advocacy. Who is Mustapha Gbande? Mustapha Gbande is an executive of the NDC. That's him. Yesterday we carried a story in which it was mentioned that the police had invited him over to begin elections. You saw the headlines yesterday, right? Watch this. Election 2024. NDC's Mustapha Gbande under police investigation for inciting violence. What did Mustapha Gbande really say? The Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, Mustapha Gbande, is currently under investigation for purportedly making inflammatory remarks during a discussion on OKFM. Mustapha Gbande in the discussion suggested that voters should arm themselves with cutlasses when heading to the polls for the December 7 general elections in 2024. That's what he said. And I said I was surprised that this was coming from Mustapha Gbande. This is not the first time Mustapha Gbande is making such inflammatory remarks. But we thought that would have been the very end. And as he made these remarks, and we came out and condemned this to the very last letter, it looks like Mustapha Gbande has listened to us finally and has decided to render an unqualified apology. Watch this. I am sorry. NDC executive begs over insightful Cutlass threats as police pursue him. Run the story. Watch this. The Deputy General Secretary of the Opposition National Democratic Congress NDC, Mr. Mustapha Gbande, has made a sudden U-turn and apologized to Ghanaians for urging them to arm themselves with cutlasses if they are going to vote in the 2024 elections. Mustapha Gbande's apology comes after he earlier said on Accra-based OKFM, "I have told the leadership of the NDC that we have to prepare in advance for the NPP ahead of the elections. We are going to the polling station. When we are going to the polling station, let's carry with us cutlasses. If we do, the New Patriotic Party will not be able to misbehave towards us." In the interview, when told that his statement was inciting the electorate into violence, Mr. Gbande insisted that the only way to guarantee a free and fair election in the view of the NDC is to arm themselves to the voting centers. He said, in the view of the NDC. He was speaking on behalf of the party. He's a party executive. Yesterday we mentioned it, that it was unfortunate that Mustapha Gbande would talk like this. What the party should do, even though Mustapha Gbande has taken it upon himself to apologize first and foremost, is to dissociate itself from the comments, these particular comments coming from the mouth of Mustapha Gbande. That is what a responsible political party should do. It's insane to talk about going to the polling stations with cutlasses. Why are you going hunting? What is the problem? Are you so crazy to get power by hook or crook? Must you kill each other in order to get power? The NDC must come out and dissociate itself from these comments. It's good Mustapha Gbande himself has apologized. He has listened to us and has apologized. I respect that. It takes a very strong man to apologize. And by doing this, Mustapha Gbande, I will also want to say that you must be very careful. Ghana is not for you alone. You are not the only one who loves Ghana. There are other people who love Ghana. I know that sometimes because of the passion, we may have some excesses. But the moment our attention is drawn to those excesses, we must not be lackluster in our issuing apologies and going around to try and bring relief to people that we might have hurt. I'm glad you have apologized. But let's look at the final part of that statement. Watch it. After his statement, people, including those in the ruling party, NPP, and the social media, have criticized him harshly for making such a comment. However, speaking on Kumasi-based radio Angel FM in an interview monitored by My News GH, Mr. Gbande profusely apologized for his statement and took responsibility for it. I take the responsibility and I will apologize for it, and I will do so because it is part of me to accept when it is wrong, Mr. Gbande told Kwame Tanko in an interview. But Mr. Gbande further said, we will go back to the issues and scrutinize the issue on how the story started. You may also not be in a position as a newspaper to go and misquote somebody. Mr. Gbande, despite his apology, indicated that he was misquoted in the interview, which sparked controversy. So what did you say? What was misquoted? So take the opportunity to tell us exactly what you said. You have agreed that is wrong. So if what you said is wrong, fine. Maybe you were misquoted in some other quarters. Come out and tell us that, yes, you didn't say this, but some quarters decided to quote you as saying that. That is wrong. Mustapha Gbande, again, you are a brother of mine. I love you. I've spoken with you on several occasions. Please be careful. Power is not a do or die situation. Or die is not die. As some irresponsible person said some time ago, or die be die. It doesn't make sense. We have to be very careful. This is our motherland. We are not enemies. We are not at war. Why should we be picking up cutlasses and guns in order to go for elections? We should be going to the elections to hug each other. We should be going to the elections to show love. The fact that you have a different choice from mine doesn't make us enemies. The fact that we have different ideologies should not make us enemies. it should let us even celebrate diversity in unity. Cutlasses are not supposed to be picked up. They are not supposed to be encouraged. Weapons are not supposed to be encouraged. I'm glad you accepted that you made a mistake, and I'm glad that you said that you have apologized. To God be the glory. The police is still investigating it, and we hope that the police will do a very good job. Whatever it is that the law says about things like this, we have to be able to deal with that. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushona Mukabye, where we speak truth to power. Next story. Now, the next story we are looking at is also as punchy as the first one, and I'm so embarrassed by this. It says, WAEC proves cheating in exams. Remember when NAT came out? The Ghana National Association of Teachers came out. Just yesterday, we're dealing with that story, on some other platforms. And they were saying that WAEC, the West African Examinations Council, came out to say that some students cheated in the last examinations that they had. And for that matter, their results had been withheld and some cancelled. And the Ghana National Association of Teachers came out to debunk this and asked WAEC to bring evidence. What WAEC said was that some of the students used AI to write their examination. Artificial intelligence is another search engine which just came in, and you can use that to be able to get as much information as you can, diverse information about one topic as accurately as possible. It's called artificial intelligence because it has somebody in there that behaves like a human being, a robot that gives you some answers. Technology, that is what it is. Now, WAEC said some of the students use AI, artificial intelligence. And the big question was that, how did you prove this? WAEC has finally come in with the proof. And watch this. Come here. Watch this. And this is from Modern Ghana. I cannot detect the term you have used. WAEC reveals how it detected AI-generated answers by some WASI students. Wow. I cannot detect the term you have used. We will get to understand what that means. Run it. Watch this. The West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has shed light on how it uncovered instances of artificial intelligence being used to generate answers by some candidates who sat for the 2023 West African Senior School Certificate Examinations, WASI. In an interview on Eyewitness News on City FM, WAEC's head of public affairs, John Kapi, disclosed the examination body's methods for identifying candidates who use AI-generated answers. Kapi explained that some responses in the answer booklets raise red flags. I am not familiar with the term you have used, or I cannot detect the term you have used were some of the responses. Shockingly, these precise phrases appeared verbatim in candidates' written responses, exposing the use of AI, according to Mr. Kapi. That's it. So that language, I cannot detect the term you have used. It's an AI language. When you ask for some information, and artificial intelligence does not seem to understand it, that's what it says. I cannot detect the term. And students who are not smart copy the same thing that the AI said. It's like you are copying from somebody's answers and you copy the person's index number and name on top. It's like copying from somebody. The person makes a mistake and cancels. You also go and make the same mistakes and cancel because you are copying. My brother, so WAEC has given proof. Why are we interested in this story? Come here. Now, I am particularly interested in this story. And I want to ask one question. How did the students get their phones in the examinations hall? Because it's only through the internet and via the use of a gadget that you can access AI. How did they get their phones into the examinations hall? Or did they get the questions before they went into the examinations hall, and therefore they used AI and printed foreign material and took that into the examinations hall? How did the students get access to their phones to be able to go into examinations hall and do this terrible thing? It's sad. It means that we are not even supervising the students properly. Supervision is very poor. Students are allowed to do anything they want, and it's an indictment on WAEC and our examinations right here in Ghana to say that students were allowed to go into the hall with gadgets to access internet and write their answers. That was what Nigeria did and fell from the ladder of education. Now, when you have students cheaply getting good grades, everybody starts to worry. You realize that your educational system will be blacklisted. Nobody respects a certificate from your country. And again, the graduates you are even churning out, what can they really do to help society? After all, they cheated to pass their examinations. So how are they going to be able to make it when they come out? They have certificates to show that they've been able to do A, B, C, D. But give it to them on the ground, they can do nothing. They only copy to pass their examinations. A nation that produces this level of low quality minds and low quality people is only digging its own grave. When I was in school, one of my biggest hobbies was examination writing. I love to write examinations. Days before the examinations, I'll be so excited. I loved examinations so much so that I didn't even want to see an examination timetable where they would tell you on this day you are writing this paper. No, I just wanted to go into the examination hall and be told that today you are writing an English language paper or mathematics paper. That was how I loved examinations. There was a point I even felt that it was making students work too easy for them to be told that this is the paper you are going to write on this day. Therefore, you will prepare seriously for the paper and go write. I just wish that teachers will just come in and say that, well, this is the paper you are writing today. It means you must be an all-round reader to be able to write such an examination and pass. And that is how we should train our students. Of course, the final examination will tell you that this is what you have to write so that you'll be able to prepare properly because it's an external examination. But internal examinations, for me, I think that students should be all round. They should go into the examinations hall and be given any paper at all for them to write. That will keep our students on their toes. It will keep our students upright. What do you think? Many people are going to disagree with this. Just a few are going to agree. But at the end of it all, it's going to make our students sharp. They would always be alert. They wouldn't wait to be told that this is the paper we are writing before they start preparing for it. They will prepare right from the scratch. I loved examinations. And there was no way I could have taken any foreign material into the exam. My conscience would not even allow it. Even when I went into the examination hall and there were questions I couldn't answer, and by mistake, my roving eyes fell on somebody's answers. And I realized that he had written the right answer. In fact, the conscience was so strong, it will never permit me to even write that answer. Even though I knew it, I just forgot. By looking at somebody's paper by accident, I thought, oh, this is the answer. Oh, yes, I was sure that was the answer. But I never wrote it because I felt that it was cheating. When we develop that kind of conscience, strong conscience, a D or an E with that conscience is better than an A+ with no conscience. To fail in dignity is better than to pass in no dignity. This is the Blackport, aka Kukushonomo. And thanks so much to WAEC. We are waiting for a response from the Ghana National Association of Teachers. You wanted proof. WAEC has given you proof. Your students cheated and they were caught. How many more were not caught? You think you are cheating? You are digging your own graves. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we have more. Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot. Kokushona, man.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonama. Here we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize. But if we must criticize, we'll do that on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonama. And remember to send your comments coming in. Next story. Now the next story says Nigeria police sacks 2 begging policemen. In fact, there was a video that went viral. And I'm going to be playing that video for you to listen to. It went viral on TikTok and some other such platforms. A Dutch woman riding a motorbike encountering Ghana police and Nigerian police. And the difference was clear. Now the Ghana police was the first to be encountered by the white woman from Dutchland. And what did she say to the man? Oh, how are you? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. And Ghana police says, oh, how are you? Please, can I have your phone number? He wanted the phone number of the young lady. But the young lady brushed it off and decided to ride on. She encountered Nigerian police, 2 of them. They were not interested in any phone number. They were interested in money. Give us money. Wearing police uniform. She had videotaped them without them knowing. Today, the Nigerian police has decided to sack those 2 men. But what is going to happen to the Ghana policeman who was on duty and was asking for a woman's phone number? Was it professional or unprofessional? Was it a way of tracking the woman? Or was he trying to flirt with the woman? It looks like the flirting is more. Run the story, my youth. Watch it.
Okay.
What are the research for?
I'm going towards Togo.
And your name?
Okay. Norali. Yes.
Like I take your number, then we'll be communicating.
No. No, it's okay. No.
Or is it for security reasons? Carry on.
Okay. The number.
Give me money.
Sir?
Money.
Money. What? How are you?
I know.
Hello?
How is everything?
Everything is fine.
From where?
Netherlands.
Eh?
Netherlands.
Now you dey come? What do you bring up? See the eh? Oh, interfere. Where they go?
Abuja.
Abuja? No.
How are you?
Give me something now.
Now it's for everything.
So the whole thing started with the Ghana police. He wanted the phone number of the woman. Nigerian police wanted money. Wait till you bring come. Now the Nigerian police has decided to sack those people. Run the story, my youth. Watch it. The Nigerian Post says, Nigerian police arrest officers demanding money from Dutch rider in viral video. Run it, my youth. Watch this. The Nigerian police force has confirmed the arrest of special constabularies captured in a viral video demanding money from a Dutch woman rider along Eseyin Ogbomosho Road in Oyo State. Now, Force Public Relations Officer PRO Muyiwa Adejobi confirmed the arrest in a statement on Friday. Now, the Force PRO stated that the officers were arrested over their unprofessional and unacceptable acts. According to him, the Commissioner of Police, Oyo State Commander CP Adibola Ayinde Hamzat, had, after the arrest, instituted an immediate disciplinary procedure on the matter. He described the action of the officers as unpolice, saying that Nigeria police force should never tolerate such unprofessionalism. Such an act is unpolice and will never be tolerated in any manner. The force will, however, intensify efforts in commencing the reorientation program initiated by the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Adiolu Egbetokun, that's Doctor, for officers and men of the force to address issues of this nature and reposition the Nigeria police force, he added. That's it. It is sad what is happening in our land. This chokes the democracy of our nation. And it chokes the fight for corruption. Now hear me. Nigeria has decided to sack the policemen. You know why American police and British police are very, very careful when it comes to taking bribes and all those things? If you try to bribe an American policeman, he will take you to jail. British policeman, the same thing. One, patriotism. I was taken to school and trained by the taxpayers' money to be able to stand for our country. Our country. So you must make sure that you deliver. Number two, they have very good retirement benefits and good salaries. Now when they retire, they know they will live comfortably until death. They will get good money, good accommodation, and they will live good. Not in Africa. At least not in Ghana and in Nigeria. Policemen and women retire very poor. Their salaries are so meager. It's so sad. So most of them want to milk the system to make money before they retire. And that is so terrible. Extremely terrible. Ghana also published the same story. Run it, my youth, and show them. Watch this, and this is from Ghana Web. It says 2 cops were fired by the police for trying to extort a Dutch tourist. In a widely shared video, police were shown using a motorized cycle to coerce money out of a Dutch visitor traveling to Abuja. Run it, my youth. Run it. Pay attention, please. 2 special constables from Nigeria, Jimo Lokman and Karim Fatai, were fired when it was discovered in a widely shared video that they were attempting to demand money from a Dutch visitor riding a power cycle towards Abuja. Adibola Hamza, the Commissioner of Police for Oyo State, announced their termination on Thursday at the state's police headquarters in LA in Ibadan. The woman was seen in the video being demanded money from by Lukman and Fatai, who were on patrol along the Moniya Eseyin Road. I have reviewed the trial of the defaulters who are Special Constabulary Karim Fatai and Special Constabulary Jimo Lokman, who were captured on viral video dated 29th October 2023 demanding money from a Netherlands tourist. This is the same story they have published. But why is the Ghana policeman not mentioned? Was it because he only demanded the phone number of the woman? Was it professional? Should you go demanding people's phone numbers on duty, especially females? It's a question for us all to answer. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. When we return, we have more for you, and would also be looking into some more serious information, including reading your messages. Hey! Wayo!
Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco shoulder, man.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kukusho. Now let's see the messages that you have. Right, keep sending in your messages. We shall read all of them on Facebook and also on YouTube. Let the messages come in. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukusho. And here we speak truth to power. Now, if you want to travel around and also be able to make enough money to finance your traveling, this is your opportunity to speak to Prudy Workforce. Prudy Workforce will make sure that you travel in peace. They give you free accommodation, free visa, and they also give you free visa. In fact, they get your visa for you. They also give you a plane ticket to fly, and then they give you free accommodation. And whilst you are there, you can work and then finance your own traveling activities. That is what they do. Every money that you make comes to you. Remember that when you make your money, you come home and invest. The numbers are on the screen. Make sure that you talk to Prudy Workforce. All you need is a passport size photographer and then your passport bio page. That is what it is, my brother, my sister. And at the same time, make sure that you have a bank statement. Even if there's no money in it, you would still be considered. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And Prudy Workforce is located right there in Medina at the taxi rank near the Eco Bank. This is the Black Pot, Kukushonamo. Next story. Now the next story we are looking at says what? Watch it. It says, electricity company pampered, arrogant. I saw a message from the electricity company that broke my heart. Now they are in charge of giving us electricity. And watch it in the story. Run it. Watch this. We will not operate during the holidays. Buy enough credits to carry you through. And that is ECG, Electricity Company of Ghana, talking. During the holidays, they are not operating. So you go and buy power right now or else you'll be in darkness. Run it. Watch this. The Electricity Company of Ghana has announced that its offices will not be open for business during the statutory holidays in Christmas and New Year. Now, the ECG noted that it will not be open for businesses on Monday, December 25, 2023, Tuesday, December 26, 2023, and Monday, January 1, 2024. However, customers and the general public can access the services of the ECG through its digital platforms. And then this is the message that they put out officially. 3 solid days they will not be working, so you won't find them. This is arrogance. Now the electricity company is almost like the hospital. It's almost like the hospital. Now hospitals do not go on holidays. Nurses could go on holidays. Doctors may go on holidays or run shifts, but the hospital can never go on holiday. There's no day you would go to a hospital and there's a notice that, oh, we are on Christmas break. No, it will not happen. Why? Because of how important the outfit is and the kind of service it renders to people. Electricity Company of Ghana does the same thing. Do you know how many people are on live machines and they use electricity? Do you know how many people depend on electricity for life and death situations? Now, Electricity Company of Ghana thinks that it is only about buying credits. So if I have a power outage, if there are some wires that are destroyed, and for that matter, I am not able to access electricity, not because I've not bought enough credit, what happens? You are on holiday, all your offices are closed. I have to wait before you return and I get my electricity back. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. Electricity company, my brother, my sister, should never ever go on any break. You could have a lean staff working, but to say that you are going on Christmas break, I don't get it. You could run shifts, but to go on Christmas break is insane. Police, do they go on Christmas break? Soldier, do they go on Christmas break? No, they don't. They have to stay and take care of us whilst we are having our Christmas and enjoying. When we all return to work, now some of them can start going on the break. So no police person goes on Christmas break and all these holidays. It's very, very rare because they stay to serve us. It's a state service. That is why it is called the police service. Electricity Company of Ghana is supposed to be doing the same thing. You are so arrogant and so pampered. We are not working. We are going on Christmas break. So go and buy more credits. If you don't buy, it's your own problem. Okay, our digital platforms are also open. Your digital platforms are always hacked. Thieves hacked into your digital platforms and stole so much money from the Ghanaian people. Have you answered? Thieves are always hacking into your systems. So whilst you are on holiday, thieves hack into it, and everybody's power goes off in Ghana. What happens? If a whole area has power going off, or if people are trying to access the platform and they don't get it, what happens? Your arrogant self, you are sleeping at home chewing chicken for Christmas. You are too arrogant and too pampered. Please think about it. Dash it away. Next story. Is that the last story? Ghana hang parliament not beneficial. Ghana hang parliament not beneficial. Is that the last story? All right. And this is who saying this. Blakk. He's an MP himself. I like him so much. Look, we had a hang parliament, but it took some sellouts to demean that hang parliament. There was one independent candidate who was sacked by the NPP. But when there was a hang parliament, the NPP shamelessly ran after him, begging him to return to the party. And he also gave hefty demands. They had to agree to that and make him a deputy speaker of parliament. Now the people of Famina voted for an independent candidate. They saw the NPP candidate, but decided to vote for an independent candidate, an NPP member who had become an independent candidate. After winning, he went to sell the confidence of the people back to the NPP that they had rejected in the polls. So the hang parliament became useless. Hang parliament simply means equal number on both the so-called minority and the so-called majority. But it took one sell out for Mina MP to demean the hang parliament. It's a shame. That MP will go down in history as one of the biggest political sellouts we have had in our nation. The MPP and the Nana Akufo-Addo would also go down as one of the biggest sellout parties that we have had, chasing a man that your constitution says is ineligible to be part of the party. Now, because you need it, all laws can go to hell. You run after him and bring him. And he too, shameless MP as he is, he decides to sell his people. And there he is. It's sad. Run the story. Watch what the man said. What is Blakk actually saying? He says, we have not benefited from the hung parliament. Okujeto Blakk. Run it. What does he say? He says the member of parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, has said that he is dissatisfied with the performance of the current hung parliament in the country. According to him, the kind of parliament, this kind of parliament has not delivered up to the expectation of many who had faith. Meanwhile, the Speaker of the House, Alban Bagbin, said to him, the hung parliament is the best thing to have happened in the history of legislation in Ghana. Hence, it will be repeated. But speaking on a Metro TV show on Friday, December 22, 2023, Ablakwa highlighted instances where, in his view, exposed the weakness of Ghana's democracy within the context of a hung parliament. Number one is what? The view is out there about the hung parliament. I also, like many Ghanaians, had high expectations with very competitive numbers, but I think that the hung parliament has rather exposed the ills of our democracy. He said he referenced an incident in parliament where the approval of the budget for the finance ministry became a contentious issue. According to him, the first deputy speaker, who was presiding, suspended the sitting when it became apparent that the minority had the budget. However, during the suspension, the House was quickly reconvened when the majority had the numbers, and despite objections, the finance ministry's budget was approved. That wasn't all. There were some other instances when the hung parliament became useless. We heard about an alleged bribery case in parliament. Up till now, they've not been able to reveal the name of that guy. The hung parliament is hanged. It's dead. That's it. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. Come here. Now, due to issues beyond our control, we were not able to come live today. But this is a recording and we are bringing it up to you. We will rectify those issues, and when we return on Monday, we will be live as usual. In the interim, it's been the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Hey! Wayo!